Hello students, I am Dr. Balprikar, Associate Professor in DIPS IMT. Today I am going to put some light on services. The service sector is also called the tertiary sector, and the basic feature of this sector is the production of services instead of end products. And this sector produces the products which are known as services. The next is meaning and definition of services. A service is an act of performance that one party can offer to another that is essentially intangible and does not result in the ownership of anything. Its production may or may not be tied to a physical product. In simple words, service is an economic activity that is intangible. Intangible means which cannot be seen or touched, cannot be stored for future use, and does not result in the ownership. We have to avail the services at the same time, cannot store them for the future use. And services are consumed at the point of sale. For example, the services of banking sector, the services of hairdresser, you have to avail the services at the same time from the hairdresser. You cannot buy the service and use them at home. The next is characteristics of services. Services are intangible, which cannot be touched, and services cannot be separated from the service providers. Like you avail the services of professional services of doctors, lawyers, advocates, chartered accountants. You have to avail the service from the service provider. You cannot buy his service, and you cannot separate the service from the service provider. Like जो भी एक्सपीरियंस है, प्रोफेशनल डिग्री है किसी भी पर्सन के पास, लाइक इट कैन बी ए chartered accountant and lawyer. So you cannot buy the services, you can only avail the services. And a service is one time generated, rendered and consumed and can never be exactly repeated. जो भी सर्विस है वो आपको वन टाइम जनरेट की जाएगी एंड यू कैन नॉट कंज्यूम द सेम सर्विस ऑन रिपीटेड टर्म्स. लाइक जैसे अगर आप क्लास में लेक्चर डिलीवर करते हैं प्रोफेसर, तो आप उनकी सर्विस को उसी टाइम पे कंज्यूम कर लेते हो, वन टाइम जनरेशन. तो उस केस में क्या है कि अगर सेम प्रोफेसर आपको दोबारा लेक्चर देता है, लेकिन जो सर्विस है, टाइप ऑफ सर्विस है, वो कभी भी सेम नहीं होगी. The next is perishability. Once the service is consumed, then it cannot be consumed again. It cannot be stored. It cannot be used again. The next is services sector classification. And the first is trade, repair, hotels and restaurants. The second is transport, storage facilities, communication and services related to broadcasting, which include railways, road transport, air transport. The next is financial services, like the services of investment companies, credit card companies, insurance companies, banking services, etc. The next is real estate, ownership of dwelling and professional services. Dwelling services means who own the residential houses and provide them on rental basis to the other persons. Next is public administration and defense and other services. Basically, these are the different types of services, or we can say the service sector. And these are the key players. Banking and financial services include Muthoot Finance, Kotak, HDFC Bank, State Bank of India, and the same way tourism services, telecommunication, healthcare, IT services, aviation services. Basically, these are the different types of service providers. The next is share of service sector growth at the fastest CAGR. CAGR means compound annual growth rate. In the terms of overall GDP, gross domestic product, overall GDP India ranks 5th in 2017. कि 2017 में अगर हम बात करें तो इंडिया की रैंक क्या था, 5th, and was the leader in services GVA, gross value added growth in 2016 and achieving 7.8% growth. India service sector GVA grew at a CAGR of 6.9% to US dollar 1268.58 billion in financial year 18. PE means provisional estimate. The growth rate of financial, real estate and professional services was estimated at 10.7% in financial year 18, and trade, hotels, transport, communication and services related to broadcasting were estimated to have recorded 11.42% growth in financial year 18. At current prices, the sector grew 13.09% year on year in H1. H1 period include from April to September, and it has contributed about 57.12% to India's GB in April to September period 2018-19 at US dollar 671.32 billion. And if we look at this figure, and this figure indicates, this blue line indicates that there is constant growth in the CAGR, and there is 6.9% growth rate, and this is in the upward trend. The next is the growth drivers of service sector. First one is rise in per capita income. Growth in per capita income has resulted in high domestic demand for various services such as travel, tourism, healthcare, and communication. And India per capita income has increased rapidly from US dollar 1323.50 in 2011-12 to 1750.74 in 2017-18. The next is service exports. Service exports have acted as a major growth drivers of Indian service sector. कि जैसे जैसे इन पर कैपिटा इनकम इंक्रीज होनी शुरू होगी तो लोगों की डिमांड्स इंक्रीज हो रही है, तो अगर लोगों की डिमांड सर्विसेज के लिए इंक्रीज हो रही है तो इट मीन्स जो सर्विस सेक्टर है वो ग्रो करेगा. ग्रोथ इन बैंकिंग. Government of India's push to financial inclusion has led to increased access to the banking system, and strong growth in the saving in the country have also acted as tailwinds for the banking sector. जैसे जैसे लोगों की सेविंग हैबिट्स इंक्रीज हो रही हैं तो वैसे वैसे तो साथ में जो बैंकिंग सेक्टर है वो ग्रो करना स्टार्ट कर देते हैं. ग्रोथ इन एविएशन. Low-cost carriers have contributed to the growth of the sector. Rising traffic from smaller towns and cities is a major growth driver. The next is growth in tourism and hospitality. Tourism infrastructure has led to expansion of the tourism and hospitality sector, and schemes introduced by the Government of India such as Swadesh Darshan scheme has also contributed to expansion. Next is growth in telecommunication. Rise in affordability of telecommunication services has been a major factor in the driving of the growth of the sector, and the shift of Indian residents from low income to high group has also contributed in the growth of the service sector. Now there is sector-wise growth, and the first we talk about the Indian banking sector. During financial year 6 to 18, deposits grew at CAGR of 11.66% from US dollar 474.8 billion in financial year 6 to 1781.12 billion in financial year 18. Access to banking system has also improved over the years due to the continuous efforts of the government to promote banking technology and promote the expansion in unbanked and non-metropolitan regions, like in the also in the backward and rural areas. At the same time, India's banking sector has remained stable despite global upheavals, thereby retaining public confidence over the years. Like अगर हमारी इकोनॉमी में अप डाउन आ रहे हैं, लेकिन जो इंडियन बैंकिंग सेक्टर की जो उनकी स्टेबिलिटी थी, लाइक स्टेबिलिटी नहीं हम कह सकते, जो उनकी डिमांड थी, जो कस्टमर्स जो हैं उनके क्लाइंट्स हैं जो डिपॉजिट करवा रहे हैं, जो उनसे लोन्स ले रहे हैं, वो कह रहे हैं कि वहाँ पे स्टेबिलिटी रही है. Strong growth in savings and rising disposable income levels are the major factors influencing deposit growth. The opportunities for this sector: significant growth possible in private sector lending as credit dispersal by private sector bank is expected to increase, and the market share of private bank is also going to increase from 27.7% in 2017-18 to 35% in 2019 and 20. Here we can see the growth of the banking sector from financial year 6 to financial year 19. There are little bit up downs, but mostly there is growth in the banking sector. The next sector is aviation. Aviation driving growth in the services with increasing passengers and freight traffic. Growth of 12.72% over the previous year, the total passenger traffic stood at 308.7 million in financial year 18, and which was recorded at 264.97 million in financial year 17 in India. And if we talk about the passenger and freight traffic during the April to December 18, reached 258.06 million and 2.70 million tons respectively. Now, there is growth in passenger traffic has been strong since the new millennium, especially with rising incomes and low cost aviations. Freight traffic on airports in India is expected to cross 11.4 million tons by 2032. And there are different various opportunities for the aviation sector. Passenger traffic arising from small cities and towns is expected to witness rapid growth, and total passenger traffic in the country is expected to surpass 855 million by 32-31. Rise in passenger traffic is being complicated by the regional connectivity scheme and expansion of airport handling capacity of India. And the next is increasing expenditure on travel and tourism is a major driver for the sector. The travel and tourism sector forms a major part of the service industry, and thereby increasing expenditure for obtaining this service is expected to drive growth in the overall service sector. The share of the travel and tourism in India's GDP was 9.4% in 2017 and is expected to grow to 9.9% in 2028. The leisure and business travel and tourism spendings are expected to increase to rupees 14,127.1 billion and rupees 806.4 billion in 2018 respectively. There are various opportunities for this sector. Presence of world-class hospitals and skilled medical professionals makes India a preferred destination for medical tourism. India's earnings from medical tourism could exceed $9 billion by 2020. Like लोग फॉरेन से इंडिया में ट्रीटमेंट करवाने आते हैं, तो जो उनका ट्रैवल एंड टूरिज्म का खर्चा होता है वो क्या है, हमारे इंडिया की इनकम है. The next is strong growth in the healthcare service sector. Healthcare has also become one of the India's largest sector both in terms of revenue and employment. The industry is growing at a tremendous pace owing to strengthening coverage, services and increasing expenditure by public and private players. And during the year 2008 to 20, the market is expected to record a CAGR of 16.5%. The total industry size is expected to touch $160 billion by 2017 and $280 billion by 2020. There are various opportunities. Indians' median age of population is expected to increase from 26.7 years in 2015 to 31.4 years in 2030. The increase in median age coupled with rising income level is expected to lead to significant growth in the demand of healthcare services. The next is expanding telecom subscriber base. India is currently the second largest telecommunication market and has the second highest number of internet users in the world. The telephone subscriber base expanded at a CAGR of 17.44% during financial year 7 to 18 and reaching 1,206.22 million in financial year 18. The density, which is defined as number of telephone connections for every 100 individuals in India, increased from 17.9% to 19.84 in financial year 18. Opportunities. Internet penetration in India has displayed strong growth over the past few years, yet India is far behind other economies in terms of internet penetration. An internet subscriber base of India is expected to grow from 445.96 million in 17 to 829 million in 2021. Like जैसे आप देख रहे हो कि COVID during the COVID-19 period, there has been cess uses of internet services. Growing IT and IT-enabled service sector. IT and IT-enabled service sector is a major driver of India's service sector. IT BPM industry revenue increased to $167 billion in financial year from US billion 154 in financial year 2017. The domestic revenue of the IT industry is estimated at $41 billion and export revenue is estimated at $126 billion in financial year 18. Now, there are various opportunities. India has emerged as the digital capability hub, if the world accounting for nearly 75% of the global digital talent pool. As global digital spending increased from $180 billion in 2017 to $310 billion in 2020. The rollout of 5G wireless technology in India is expected to bring $10 billion global business to India. Indian information technology services from during services firms during 2019 to 25. But during the COVID-19 period, there is an adverse effect on the service sector, and there is negative, and during this period there is negative growth of service sector. Hope my lecture is clear to all the students, and thanks for patience listening.